Car Con Carne, the world's only food podcast recorded in a car. I'm James Van Osel, and sitting shotgun this week, Hot Doug Sohn.
How are you?
I'm good. And a little known fact about Hot Doug.
Yes.
Your nickname has nothing to do with meat. Nothing to do with encased meat. It's because of your raw sexual charisma.
Well, thank you very much. And it just got a little warm in here. I need to find the air conditioning button.
That AC going.
But thank you.
Nice to have you back.
It's nice to be back, and nice to be back in the front seat.
Now that you're not running your own place,
yes,
I know you have a lot of free time. Have you had a chance to see many movies?
No. One. I think I've seen one. And I don't know why I've seen so few, because I like going to the movies.
I went to see the new Bond movie, Spectre.
Which I want to say, I love those movies.
I went to Movie Co., which, by the way, that's the place I always go to for the big movie releases because you can pick your seats.
The one in Rosemont.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you go, you wait a few days, those theaters are always empty.
Totally.
Yeah.
But for Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever big movie there is, because I hate waiting in line, I get stressed out. Look at me telling Hot Doug I hate waiting
it's exactly.
in line.
Who waits in line?
Yeah.
Where do you like to sit?
I like to sit... Well, at that particular theater, the last cluster of rows. And there's also a 21 and over section there, which I don't sit in because I'm usually with the youth. But toward the back of the theater.
I'm hoping your youth, by the way, you're bringing to the theater, right?
Just some nice...
Just grab some kid off the street.
Some kindly neighborhood kids.
That's nice.
Some urchins who I saw in the corner.
That's very nice of you.
But here's the thing. So we went... I took my 13-year-old, and I was already questioning my judgment because I took him on Saturday night to the 9 o'clock show. I'm like, this is too late. I shouldn't be taking him out. But, he's 13. I'm pretty sure I was, lighting M80s until 2 o'clock in the morning when I was 13.
Yeah, absolutely. I have great memories of watching Johnny Carson. So apparently during the week, I was up till at least midnight every night, yeah.
So we're watching the movie, which, by the way, the opening scene of this movie, Spectre, is so good. I don't know if
this is what I've heard. Well, the reviews I've read of the last few, the pre-credit action sequences, this one's supposed to be spectacular.
It's so big. These panoramic shots in Mexico City during the Day of the Dead festival, and the colors are muted, so it looks like it could have been filmed in 1964. It's it's beautifully done. There's a helicopter fight scene. Shortly after the credits roll and that really boring Sam Smith song happened, movie stopped, strobe lights in the theater went on. Then there was an alarm. A voice came on and said, "There's been an emergency reported in the theater. Please evacuate."
Well, I don't know if that's ever happened.
Certainly not to me.
I've been in theaters where, the film broke.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Or something's happened on that, but I've never heard an alarm.
So, again, I'm with my kid. Strobe lights go on. The second that happens, I said, come on, get up, we're going.
Right.
Not a moment's hesitation. We were the first ones up. My mind went to really dark and scary places quickly.
Absolutely. This day and age, of course.
Like, oh my God, active shooter situation. Oh, what have I done?
Right.
This is horrible. So we get out of there and everything seemed okay. People were slowly shuffling out the exit. I didn't hear screams, which I thought was a good sign.
A plus, yep.
I was listening for those. I didn't see anyone bloodied. I didn't see fire. But we just kept on walking, went to the garage, and hit the road. Nothing on the news. Very little on social media other than a couple people who said, hey, the building's been evacuated. The next day, I contacted Fandango and said, hey, I had to leave early. The building was evacuated. They responded, yes, we've confirmed that there was a bomb threat last night. We'll refund your money.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
That's not nothing.
But I wonder how many times things like that happen. I feel like schools, public places, I feel like that stuff probably is underreported.
That people just calling in?
Yeah, like dumb kids calling in bomb threats.
Could be.
So, but for that first 5 minutes, I was terrified. I thought, this is...
Oh, of course. Right. I can see exactly where you would start thinking that way. Well, now I'm absolutely not going to the movies. Thanks. Like that for me.
Or at least not on Saturday night on opening weekend.
Fair. You're right. Fair. Oh, God, I would never do that because, you end up waiting in line. Actually, it's not really the line so much. You're then surrounded by people. I like going to the movies Tuesday, the movies played for 3 weeks, Tuesday at 1:30.
I went through a period when I was unemployed where I would take myself to movies every now and then. I used to think going to a movie by yourself was really lame. I would never do it.
Oh, no.
during the afternoon.
The best.
No one else is there. It is the best. I got my huge Coke Zero.
Exactly. Sit wherever you want.
I did the nachos with the jalapenos, and I just went to town by
Doesn't
myself.
You're not bothering anybody.
No one's judging me.
I was last year. I was driving out east, and I got to the town where my friend lived in Connecticut a little bit early, so I had time to kill. And I was like, I could go to the movies, and went to like a 3:30 show in the theater. It was like a 5 or 6-plex, but this particular theater, huge. I mean, just one of the one of the bigger theaters I've seen in a long time. Movie starts, and I take a look around to see I'm the only person in the theater. So one, I felt like bad divorced dad in some ways, but then I felt like, oh no, now I'm like Mr. Mogul guy, and I've rented out the theater because I don't want to be sitting near people.
Now you're thinking, these pants are coming off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm solo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right.
And it's going to be just like home, and this is my big old couch.
And screaming at the theater. Just swearing like a sailor, whatever. Yeah, throwing, junior mints at the screen. Like, who's going to stop me?
So for this episode, we're at Lillie's Q in Wicker Park on North Avenue. I haven't been here in years.
I think I was not was the location here, because I know he had a fire.
There was a fire. I think it was here.
I can't remember. I want to say I was at the first one, but don't quote me on that.
I remember the food being very good. We took our food to go. We're going to crank it open and report on our findings.
I'm looking forward to this.
All right, so a few things, Doug.
Yes.
Before we proceed. No drinks to go at Lillie's Q.
Yeah, so by the end of this, I might, if I sound a little dry-mouthed, that would be why.
Yeah, so they don't do any carry-out drinks, which I get.
It seems a little odd. If you're having takeout, you might want to sell some to-go.
Like a craft soda, perhaps.
Drinks. I don't know. Throw a 6-pack of RC in the fridge.
An RC.
In the back. That'd be fine.
Yeah, a knee-high. I went back in to get the food. You were waiting in the car.
Right.
I said, are there napkins and silverware in the bag? She said, I'm not sure. Hang on a second. The hostess went back to the kitchen, came back a couple minutes later. We have one to go set up left. So I guess that goes to you, and your friend will just have to suffer. I'm like, well, there's a fork and a spoon in here. I guess one of us will get a fork, the other will get a spoon.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'm clutching in my hand Lillie's Q's last napkin, fork, and spoon for the night. Heaven help any other carryout order.
I hope the Cisco truck shows up early enough tomorrow.
Heaven help any other car-based food podcasters who come here tonight.
I'm sorry, I just bought a spork because I was reading a travel article about like the 10 things you should have in your carry-on luggage at all time, and one of them is a spork just in case. And I was like, well, that makes sense. But apparently I should take it with me at all times, not just in my carry-on.
I'm going to be glass half full and say, hey, good news. No drinks. I have a place to put the recorder tonight.
That'll work.
See? All right.
This is okay.
All right. So we'll divide up the fork and spoon. We can rock, paper, scissors for who gets which.
Exactly.
Let's bust into this.
Right.
I got the hot link sandwich.
We got a bag of something there.
Are these fried pickles?
It's possible. We got
these are
Carolina
the fried pickles.
Gold with one sticker, one no sticker.
I bet the ranch is for the pickles.
Oh, the pickles, you're right.
Here, you can put those on the dash.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got 6 different sauces. There's a mayonnaise based.
Oh, yeah, they got stickers on the sauces. So
they have 2 different versions of smoky sauce. There's a regular smoky and a hot smoky.
And there's something.
What is this? This looks like the hot link sandwich.
Oh, the hot
is
link.
that Texas toast?
Yeah. Is it on there?
That looks good. That looks good.
The sandwich. We've got
hummus?
No,
grits.
Or hummus.
Yeah, great.
Often confused. And greens.
Oh, you got the collard greens.
The collard greens. I think we're good.
All right, and you got the tri-tip sandwich. Now, what is tri-tip?
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. It's a cut of beef. I think it's similar in some ways to brisket, like around that part. I really hope none of my cooking school teachers are listening to this because I should know exactly what it is.
I'll give you the fork.
Oh, thank you.
Because I've got grits, which I can eat with a spoon. You need
precisely. So, yeah, and it tends to be one of those cuts that is good for, like, barbecue or stewing because it can be a little tougher and needs a little slower cooking.
All right, I'm going to dip into the Carolina Gold, and we have fried pickles, which I love.
I'm going to start with that because it was on the appetizer list, which was the trade we were supposed to get. Pork rinds.
Yeah, they have pork rinds on the menu. Which
they were out of pork rinds.
That was the first thing we both noticed.
Yeah, exactly.
They were out tonight. Pork rinds, you say?
Pork rinds, yeah.
Well, my fair woman.
Good. Okay, at least I don't want to put it on the recorder.
Thank you. That's
There we go.
kind.
No problem.
Yeah, this is just going to be a mess. With our one napkin. I mean, we'll split that in half.
You're a dad. You don't keep like a roll of paper
I've got some wet naps in the back
okay.
seat.
There we go. Well, that was
But
pretty good.
they're pretty low. It does look pretty good.
Yeah.
Texas toast. Would you ever eat a sausage again? Are you done? Have you moved past that?
No. Love them.
The hot link's great.
All right.
Nice and spicy.
Right. Okay. This looks
All right,
good.
tell me about sausage.
I'm going to take a little bite without the sauce first.
All right, now before you do,
I'm sorry.
I'm eating a sausage.
Yes.
What should I be looking for? Or what should my tongue be searching for as I...
Does it should taste good. Are you enjoying it? Is it
Yes and
pleasurable? The flavor, the texture. Is it hot? Is it fresh? Like anything. I mean, it should taste good. Is pretty much my criteria.
Then it's a success. All right.
Oh, there we go.
On to your tri-tip. It's a lot of meat.
There's a lot of meat.
So you went in dry.
Mm-hmm.
Is it tender?
Sort of. It's a nice mix of some, like, very tender and some not. I have no problem with the not tender. I like chewing. I am a fan. I was born with teeth, so and a jaw. So I don't mind that. It's actually a good flavor. It's not very smoky, but very beefy flavored. So when you're not in the car, do you go out for barbecue? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my God, my son loves going for barbecue.
Nice. How old is he?
13.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that's right, Dad. I've been paying attention.
My daughter, my 9-year-old, had a Halloween party 2 weeks ago. The house was overrun with 9-year-old boys and girls. But the good news is it was a progressive party, so we moved from our house to a neighbor's house.
Oh, sweet.
And so once everyone vacated, my son basically said, Dad, you kind of owe me. I had to hide in the man cave all morning. So I took him to Rub's Backcountry Smokehouse because he insisted on cornbread and pulled pork.
That seems like the right thing to do as a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took one for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And not a bad demand either.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you came out. It's a win-win.
Yeah, there was no pushback. I want to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
They do a custard cornbread there. Cornbread's filled with custard.
Which one is this?
Rub's Backcountry Smokehouse. It's Jared Leonard. He's one of the guys behind the Windy City Barbecue Classic.
Okay.
Him and Gary Wiviett.
Oh, yeah, I know Gary. I probably know Jared. I'm sure I know. Is it the one over on Wrightwood? No.
No.
That's the one where Gary is.
Mm-hmm. It's on Western and Lunt.
Oh, yeah. I do know. Oh, yes. Sorry. I do know those guys. Of course I do. Exactly. They used to come in hot dogs all the time.
This Texas toast, wrapping up the hot link, is pretty damn good.
It was good. And actually, the bun for the tri-tip sandwich, delicious. Fresh, holding the meat together. Nice meat to bread ratio. I'm big
that
fan.
looks really good. Mm-hmm. And I'm eating quick because we have only one napkin. So I want to be really efficient with how I'm going through this food.
I got a bag. The pickles maybe soak up some of the...
Ooh, I like the batter and the fried
exactly.
pickles.
It's like that fish and chips texture.
Yes. We're here on a Tuesday night, pretty quiet night.
These are the nights I like to go out.
Oh, my God, me too.
Yeah. I'll do Friday or Saturday if I have a reservation somewhere.
Yeah.
That's it. But to just like kind of head out, unless I know it's a restaurant where I can get a seat right away.
Again, I find this all very funny coming from you.
Yeah, I know. Well, in Chicago.
People are still in line to get into your restaurant for the last day.
It is possible.
These grits are fantastic.
These greens are really good, too. A lot of meat in here, too.
I'm not into grits as a rule.
Oh, I love
These
them.
are so...
Was that little bacon on top?
Little bacon on top.
Nice.
This is like candy.
These are good. Without being really super watery, either.
That's tricky. I've had a lot of collard greens that are just way too...
Exactly. No, these are cooked nice. They still have texture. A little flavor, not over-salted.
There is a creamy, cheesy wonderfulness to these grits, and they're in thick clumps, which I like.
I'm with you.
You want to dig into the virgin side?
Yeah, sure.
Try some of this. I need you to corroborate what I'm saying here.
Yeah. Well, you want some greens?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Use your one piece of silverware. And
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, get some bacon.
Those are great. Wow.
They're the real thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
that's
dessert.
nice. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And
You do.
one more pickle. Yeah,
Okay.
I got the wipes. The well-beginning sensitive wipes, because we're sensitive guys. Mm-hmm. I'm going to grab some ranch, and then I'm going to cry out uncle.
Okay.
Hard to maneuver in this thing. All right.
I understand. Grab another pickle.
The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council
Yes.
has declared that hot dogs are not sandwiches.
Wait, I thought... Oh, that's right. Yes, they did... No, wait, I thought they said they were sandwiches. I'm so confused.
The council, which declares itself the official voice of hot dogs and sausages, I guess someone had to.
I guess. That's a pretty bold statement.
And you were waiting for a nomination, but
Yeah, no kidding.
while you were sleeping, these guys jumped on
Who picked
it.
them? I don't say I am.
It announced its favorite meat and bun combination is no mere sandwich, but rather an exclamation of joy, a food, a verb describing one, showing off, and even an emoji. It's truly a category unto its own. And if I'm talking weird and fast, it's because I'm stifling a burp. Regardless of what they say, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
I think
I think the best description, I'll go to the Latin, sui generis. It might be sui generis. That I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Which is a thing unto itself.
all right.
Yeah.
It is a thing unto itself.
A hot dog is a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have your Venn... I'll go with the Venn diagram, so all hot dogs are sausages.
Wait, stop. You're talking about Latin and Venn diagrams.
I know.
What is happening
We just
here?
raised the level.
I'm not okay with any of this.
Big step up on this show.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave the car. I'm going to drive away, just roll.
Get someone passing by. Is your IQ under 40? Great, get in the car.
Let's talk about Sons of Anarchy. Get in here.
Well, I could talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sadly,
could
I
not.
could.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
sadly I could. Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
the
no,
World
these
Health
things happen.
Organization.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Those sons of... No, go ahead.
researchers at the University of Texas who have linked grilled meat to kidney cancer. It seems that people want us to not be happy anymore. It seems that forces are at work to take away the things we love most.
Yes, life is a cause of cancer. All those things. I always like to paraphrase Fran Lebowitz, who said
What
this
is
about,
going on in this car? Can you quote Homer Simpson?
I know. Who said, about smoking, that she said, when they prove that if you don't smoke, you won't die, then I'll quit. And it's... And then we balance this with the fact that people live longer than ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know anymore.
So in summary, enjoy some bologna.
Uh-huh.
Have a sausage.
Have a bologna sandwich, but not... And a hot dog, which is separate.
How about a bologna wrap sausage?
Ooh.
Thank
I
you.
like the sounds of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're onto something.
We met each other too late in life.
Oh, this guy I'd still have a restaurant.
So, I know you're a music fan.
I am.
Well established. Were you ever a Genesis fan?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
Like, not even Abba Cab?
Not in the slightest bit.
Were you one of the cool kids who couldn't turn the corner on that band?
It wasn't that I didn't think it would be cool as much as I just didn't get it. I'd heard the record and I was like, I didn't get it. It just did not strike my fancy.
So there was that kind of tongue-in-cheek petition to get Phil Collins to re-retire.
Exactly, because he said he was coming back, yes.
All the venom for Phil. Now, I realize his solo stuff is very schmaltzy and very
See,
middle of the road.
those songs I don't mind.
No Jacket Required is a masterpiece. Hello, I must be going. But those Genesis albums, post-Gabriel, I think, up to the self-titled album, are highly listenable.
I'm not going to dispute that. I'm just saying, for me, just not a fan.
All right.
But there's lots of, there are lots, of the records I always like to point out, I'm not a huge fan of the Smiths. People love the Smiths.
There are songs by the Smiths which I love.
Yeah, there are a couple of songs that I like, but I'm not, they're okay.
Listening to a full album can be a challenge.
Yes.
But when the Smiths rock, what difference does it make? Or The Queen is Dead. the songs that have tempo and teeth, for lack of a better way to say, that's when I'm full on board.
But there are lots of bands like that I admire their musicianship. I think that they're, I don't discount that fans of those bands love those bands, and I think that's awesome. We all can't be fans of everything.
No, I don't believe that Sonic Youth fans really like that band.
That might be true.
I understand they say
there are a couple of bands like that. Is like you can sit and listen to that. They might be one of them. You might have me there.
Yeah,
I sit corrected.
Yeah, you're fooling no one.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of bands that are utterly ungraspable, doing things that we can't possibly understand, I saw this headline.
Wow.
This band, Matmos, from Baltimore, they're an experimental music duo. They're releasing.
You lost me already,
yep.
by the way.
Once I said experimental.
No.
An experimental music duo has announced their new album, Ultimate Care 2, will be composed entirely of sounds made by the Whirlpool Ultimate Care 2 washing machine in the basement of the group's home. The album cover should just be a giant middle finger.
I don't think they're going to sell enough to actually produce an album cover.
They're not going to sell enough to have enough quarters to go to the laundromat and use another washing machine.
I don't even think which sorry, I should have turned my phone off.
Yeah, my phone's on too.
Yeah. I just wanted to prove how popular I am.
Yes,
which
Doug,
Kenmore?
you're so popular.
Exactly.
Oh, my God, your
calling
phone's
me
ringing off the
nonstop.
hook.
Right already. I don't even think Kenmore wants to listen to that
Right.
record.
The album will run.
They're going to deny that that's their washing machine.
Yeah, that's not us. That's the album will run in a single continuous 38-minute experience, which is the length of a wash cycle. That begins with the sound of the machine's wash size selection knob. This sounds like parody.
Except though, the one thing that I actually do like about it, that the whole album 38 minutes.
Yeah,
I can live with.
That's old school.
Fine.
That's punk rock.
Yeah, exactly right. That was when CDs came out. And my argument was always, just because you can put 72 minutes of music on a CD
Exactly.
doesn't mean you should. And if I popped in a CD at that time and it saw like 10 songs, 31 minutes, I liked it already.
Yeah.
So, all right, I give them, it's the one mitigating factor. It is, 38 minutes.
I'll let you eat for a second.
No, that's okay. I really, something to watch this down. No, I'm just kidding.
You ever follow or care about Stone Temple Pilots? I thought I hated them. And when I was starting in radio in the early 90s, I thought Stone Temple Pilots were a derivative of a derivative. And I thought that because that's what everyone said they were. I think I kind of took that belief because that's what I read. I saw them... they did a Miller Genuine Draft blind date show. You remember those where Miller would pay for a big band? They'd fly people in from across the country, and you didn't know who the headliner was.
Right.
This was pre-internet, so that was real.
Right. Exactly.
I got flown out to cover Stone Temple Pilots doing a blind date show in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Didn't know they were going to play. I just went there. I was working for the radio station. Curtain opened. I thought it was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. And I turned a big corner, and I've always kind of liked the band ever since then. I thought they were such a powerful live band. I've only peripherally been paying attention to them recently, but yeah, the guy from Linkin Park's been singing for them for the past, how long? Chester Bennington.
Is Scott Weiland dead, right? See, that was the argument, because I thought we had this argument.
Not a bad assumption, but no, he's still alive.
See... now I got to go back. Everything now I've said on the Untitled Hour is we can't take for truth. Well, that was from the beginning.
Yeah.
But there was a thing, and I thought we looked that up on... I'm going to yell at our producer.
That's the Untitled Hour guarantee.
Exactly. That we just make stuff up and sounds like it's truth. So he is still alive?
He's still alive. And Chester Bennington, the guy from Linkin Park, just announced he's splitting with Stone Temple Pilots because he's been filling that role.
Wow.
I so have not been
long?
paying attention. I don't know. Since 2013.
All
so now Stone Temple Pilots is frontmanless.
So the Nuno Bettencourt could be their front man.
Oh.
Didn't he take over? Was that Van Halen, if I'm not mistaken, maybe?
No, there's Gary Sharon.
What's the difference?
And since you're an old man, like me...
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you saw this. Betamax is officially going away, which, kind of like Scott Weiland, a surprise to me. I thought Betamax was already dead.
Well, that's like the report. It was a few months ago that the number of people who are still paying for their AOL dial-up service, that it just reoccurs on their monthly bill.
I had no idea.
On their credit card, millions of dollars.
Shut up! I had no idea.
AOL is making at $21.95 a month. People just have never canceled it and just blindly pay their bill.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So VHS has been DOA for a while, but now not Sony. Someone
It was Sony, wasn't it? Betamax was originally.
Oh yeah, this week Sony finally euthanized the Betamax video recording format. Crazy.
When was the last time they made
2002, but now it is officially not part of what they do or talk about. Took 13 years.
All right.
It's funny. I work in a newsroom.
When did they come out? The Betamax and the VCR.
75. The Betamax was
Really?
75. Yeah. I work in a newsroom with a bunch of younger people.
Sure.
And this story came across the wire, and a friend of mine from the newsroom said, "What's Betamax?" I thought, and occasionally I think he's making stuff up just to mess with me and make me feel old.
It's 40 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wow.
It was a fair question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Betamax is gone.
That happened a lot at the restaurant where I'd make some reference to a youngster, and then I'd see their glazed eyes and realize, oh, you have no idea whatsoever what I'm talking about.
That's funny, old man. Just give me my elk sausage.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Whatever with the bits.
All right. So
let's go, Gramps. Yeah.
So Lillie's Q, success.
Yeah.
I would come back.
Absolutely.
This was great.
And relatively, and also more well, no, this is part of the deal, is that it's much more convenient for me than the South Loop.
That's right.
The vibe
terrific. Is cool. I mean, the vibe is very Wicker Park.
Yeah.
Dim lights.
Yeah, down here, this neighborhood, and there seemed to be, when I was driving up here, it helps going a little bit early, plenty of parking.
Yeah, I parked right on the side tonight.
Likewise, and there was plenty of parking on North Avenue, which is always good, but also easy to get to, via Uber or cabs or public transportation.
And it's a date spot in the sense that I was witnessing a date when I went back in to get our food.
Ooh.
Really hot girl and a guy.
Did it seem to be going well?
No. The conversation, small talk makes me so uncomfortable.
I'm happy to have not been on like a real date in close to 20 years.
Oh my God.
It's not that I've been with somebody for close to 20 years.
I feel myself clenching. It's uncomfortable, but the really hot girl said, "Yeah, I think work-life balance is really important." Pause. The guy said, "Yeah, I think work-life balance really is an important thing."
I remember being at dinner not that long ago, and it was obviously a first date, and it was at a restaurant where the tables were close together, so you could overhear some of the conversation. And when the guy, he did talk about that his favorite band was Coldplay. And then he went to the bathroom, and I was really tempted to just tell the woman, "Leave now. Yeah. Just go ahead. I'll cover for you. This is not going anywhere," because no one's favorite band.
No one's favorite band.
And I'm not really dissing Coldplay so much, but they're fine, but they're
They're
not
a
favorite
passion band.
Exactly.
No one gets fired up. Oh, bro, the new Coldplay's coming out.
Exactly. It's like, who is that on the record? Oh, yeah, they're okay. Yeah,
I got to get that
catchy.
one on vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah, precisely right. Yeah, can't wait for Record Store Day. The new Coldplay 45 is coming out. This one's gonna be killer.
It's called Nap Time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, cool place inside. Dating, cool place just to hang. A little bit on the pricier side of barbecue. Like I want to say the tri-tip entree was somewhere in the $20 neighborhood.
I think the sandwich was like $15. It's
This is a you get what you pay for sort of scenario.
Barbecue's expensive. Good barbecue's expensive. It just is. And by the nature of, you need to make a living.
Yeah, it is expensive. It's a nice night out, though. Hot Dog Sohn, thanks for sitting shotgun tonight.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
This is great.
Thank you
love
for
having
dinner.
you as a co-host. All right, so real quick, we'll
plug. Excuse me. The Untitled Hour on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Download on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Tumblr, stuff, things, places
Instagram,
on the internet machine,
Snapchat, LinkedIn.
I think it's on that. Definitely on Tinder. We try to put it on there. With that too. What's the farm one? The farm only farm? Yeah, that one. Whatever.
You're there.
You can absolutely. RedTube.com. Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm not going to tell you what you have to type in to find it, but you'll find it.
Hot Doug brings up something totally different.
Well, I wanted you. Well, you yelled at me for mentioning things, making it too highbrow. So we'll bring it back. My pleasure.
All right. So you've got the podcast. Is that all you're doing?
Yeah. It's all I got. What else am I doing?
Do you read comic books?
No,
Here,
not a big comic book fan.
a-
Oh, could I have one of those?
Yeah, take as many as you need.
Thank you. I don't know if I have kids. Oh,
Do you have any other
pop this
hobbies?
out.
Do you paint?
Oh, look at that.
Do you
Everything pops out.
macrame? Do you...
No. Travel a little bit. Been traveling. I was just in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
Oh, right.
Apparently, too highbrow for the listeners. So I'm kidding. So traveling a little bit and just kind of hanging out, enjoying Chicago in the fall. It's great.
That's the best.
It's great. This has been a great year to not work. Between the Cubs, the weather, it's been a blast.
Good for you.
Yeah, it'll come to a crashing halt one day, and I'll be very, very sad.
Wait, I'm trying to think. Is that the girl who was on the date? No.
Wow. Well, she's by her, so that would be. It's the date went so bad she decided to.
Well, that's
run
what I was
through
wondering.
The alley.
That's what I was wondering if she just ditched out on him.
Well,
no.
I feel like she slowed down. Maybe she was going to smoke a cigarette. I don't know.
Or maybe tinkle.
No,
Although there's
possible.
a bathroom.
You would
in there.
think there would be.
Yeah, isn't that the law?
Yeah.
Well, she just met up with a dude there. I'm not even kidding. There's a dude in the alley with her.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird. That's like a hookup we just watched.
Should we call somebody?
No, we should break out our phones and record this.
No, that's just kind of, all right, maybe. A little creepy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Was she
totally-
the one on the date, and is that a different guy?
I don't know. She just met this dude in the alley. What?
And now there's a car coming through.
Now there's another guy.
Something's going down. Oh, this is fun.
All right, on that note,
we'll watch this at 5, 6, and 10.
Car Con Carne is on the World Wide Web. It's carconcarne.com. From carconcarne.com, you can contribute to this art form that is car-based meat podcasting. Carconcarne.com. And if you want to be part of the show in the most true and real way, if you want to advertise on Car Con Carne, get your message out to the volume of listeners that enjoys Car Con Carne, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com.
Was Fiverr with one R already taken?
I would imagine.
Yeah,
Everything's taken on the web.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Hot Dog, thank you.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.